Welcome to the Love Conquers All podcast, where we discuss the experiences in life, and we hope to motivate you to always operate out of love.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yeah,
You are now tuning in to the Love Conquers
Conquers All
All podcast.
podcast for your ass.
Yep, sure is.
Yes, though.
My name is Steph,
They call me Mike.
or you can call him M. Stein from Michael Stein.
Okay, so the government.
His middle name is Gerard.
Oh, his middle name is Antonio.
Yeah,
so
that's fine. I'm good with that.
one minute he's Italian, one minute he's Panamanian. This
One
nigga
minute
don't know.
Spanish.
He don't know what he is. So.
Yeah, forget about it. Como está?
You're a fool, man.
No, but today the topic is going to be on loss. Everybody suffers loss in life. We deal with some heavy things, and they cause trauma to us.
Absolutely.
But we all feel a way, and we all try to deal with it in a certain way. And
Yeah.
sometimes we don't know how to deal with it. So
Absolutely.
we're just here to talk about it and give you our experience of how we deal with things. And if you want to email us, if you want to talk to us, we'll get the information at the end of this podcast. So I'm going to let Mike talk about his loss first, then I'll go into mine.
What's up, everybody? Right now, definitely a difficult moment for me and my family. At an instant, my wife suffered in a car accident about 2 weeks ago. Still at disbelief about it, but I'll break down what really happened. You know, was just with her that Thursday, woke up that Friday. Normal routine, I go to the gym every morning around 5 a.m. Before I leave, I always make sure to kiss my wife on the forehead. For those that don't know it, she was actually pregnant. We were expecting a baby boy. His name was going to be Miguel.
You always want to be Spanish.
I love my Latinas, man. What can I do? She chose the name, so he she didn't say he was a junior, but, my name is Michael and Miguel. It kind of goes hand in hand.
Your mama never called you Miguel. Your mama's from New Orleans.
She said water. Anyways, man, so typical routine, I'm going to the gym. I leave about 4:30, 4:45. You know what I'm saying? I always make it an effort to kiss my wife on the forehead, even though she's sleeping. So that's just something that eases my mind throughout the day, you know what I mean? So that morning, I don't know, it felt a little different. I did kiss her twice. I never forget that. I kissed her twice and rubbed the forehead, rubbed the stomach as I always did, and kissed the stomach and told my baby boy to be good, Don't kick too much today. Don't do too much to your mama to cause pain, It was wild. It was a regular day. I'm at the gym, come back home, take my daughter to school, go to work. I get a phone call from her boss. She asking me, hey, man, what's wrong with Esther? And we had made a little argument the night before. So I said, she's pregnant. What do you expect? Y'all pregnant women with your hormones. Well, boy. Anyways, man. So I said, she's pregnant, bro. What do you expect? He goes, nah, man, she's not here. For those of y'all who don't know, my wife worked at Harris Teeter. She was an accountant. So her schedule was really, really strict, as well as very early, because she dealt with money. So she had to be to work sometimes 5:30 a.m., 6:30 in the morning, depending on the day, So a regular day for her, she had to be there at 6:30. So it's around 9:45 when I got this call from him. He's like, yo, where's she at? And I'm like, man, I don't know. She should have been at work a long time ago. Normally, as a request as a husband, I always ask my wife to text me just to let me know she made it to work. That morning, I did not receive a text from her. Me being a man, I'm like, well, she's still tripping, so she'll text me whenever she get around to it. But I did make the effort to text her around 7:30, 7:45, I believe, and just say, hey, hope you're having a good day. Hope you made it to work safe. And she didn't respond to that either. Once again, I was like, well, she'll get back to me whenever she sees it. So I thought nothing of it. He immediately was like, well, she's not here. So I was like, okay, well, let me give her a call. So I hung up with him. I called her about 3 times, shot her a text message, said, hey, what's going on? Where you at? No response. He called me back and says, hey, man, not to scare you, I think there's an accident right up the street from the job. And I said, okay. And he's like, listen, I think that was your wife. Let me go run to the hospital, which is right across the street, and check it out. So I patiently wait. He gives me a call back. He's like, yeah, actually it was your wife, man. The doctors, they're not giving me any information. Please get up here as soon as possible. Grab my things. I'm about 20, 25 minutes away from the location. So I'm flying down the highway, $180 in my Porsche. Yoom. Chrysler 300. Yoom. I'm flying there. I get to the hospital. In my mind, I'm like, she's all right, man. Maybe she's a little unconscious. They doing some surgery. Who knows? The doctor's not giving him information. So I'm like, man, she all right, I walk in there. It's about 7 to 8 nurses and doctors up front. I immediately go, hey, my name is Mike Stein. My wife is Esther Stein. She was in a car accident. And they said, are you the husband? I said, yes, I am. Immediately, about 6 or 7 of those nurses looked up at me. Their faces were pure white. I never seen nothing like it in my life. Immediately they said, hey, all right, cool. Go wait in this room over here. The doctor will be in shortly to talk to you. So I walk in the room, thinking nothing of it. I was a little thrown off with the look on their faces and the expressions. You know what I mean? So I get in the room. The doctor takes about 15, 20 minutes. By then, I'm pacing the floor, tapping my feet, looking around. While I was waiting, her boss was actually there with me, which is very cool, very comforting. He goes, hey, man, not to scare you, but have you seen the news? I said, nah, I don't watch the news. He's like, well, I kind of want to just prepare you for what possibly could be coming. I said, what do you mean? He turns his phone around to me, and it's the photograph of my wife's car that we just got her about a month ago, and it's all fucked up, like, bad. And at the bottom, the headline reads, 2 fatalities, 1 survivor in a car accident. So immediately in my mind, I'm like, oh, she the survivor, period. You know what I mean? I'm like, she made it. And so I'm like, yeah, she good. They're about to come tell me, yo, I need you to sign this waiver so we can operate on her feet or something like that. I don't know, Doctor comes in, it's an older white lady. She's all red in the face, about looking like she's been crying for days, eyes watery, red. She goes, hey, Mr. Stein. I was like, how you doing? She's like, can you sit down for a minute? I was like, nah, I don't want to sit down. She was like, well, I think you should sit down. And I was like, nah, I'd rather stand. And she's like, okay. She's like, well, listen, I'm so sorry to tell you this, but your wife was in a car accident and she passed away. I immediately went blank, dropped to the floor. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. I immediately went blank, grabbed the chair that was in the room and threw it, which I should have been kicked out of the hospital for doing stupid shit like that. But, in that situation, I couldn't control my emotions because I was really just in awe about what's going on. Threw the chair, crawled out the room because I fell to the floor, and I'm on the floor banging the floor. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, like, nah, you're lying. This isn't true. And I'm crying, I'm screaming. And then I say, well, what about my son? And she looks at me again and says, he didn't make it either. Oh, man, I went Super Saiyan on that. Crazy. I'm screaming again, banging the glass door, which I'm surprised didn't break because I'm banging it so hard. I'm crying so hard.
Not that strong.
I kind of am. If you see me, I'm a bodybuilder, by the way, y'all. So, I'm putting up weight.
Yeah, it's all looks, though.
Sounds like a hater to me.
Okay.
So I crawled to the bathroom because I couldn't stand. I was that weak and just distraught. Crawled to the bathroom. I get there, close the door, and I'm still hysterical. I'm banging on the sink, which I'm surprised didn't break either. I guess he's right. I'm not that strong. so I'm banging on the sink so hard, and I'm just like, why? Like, I'm crying and banging. And I finally come out, and about 3 nurses come up and hug me and say, I'm so sorry. And I'm still in disbelief. And then these punk-ass cops come in there. I don't have a problem with the police, but that day I really did because I was asked some questions that really just wasn't supposed to be asked, especially at that moment. They set me down and said, hey, Mr. Stein, sorry about your loss. I go, I appreciate it. I'm still, crying. He goes, we got to ask some questions. I said, yeah, what's up? They go, was there any problems at home? I looked this guy in the face. I said, nah, man. He goes, you think your wife would want to harm herself or anything? I said, she was pregnant, bro. What kind of question is that? They was about to take me to jail because I was going to hurt somebody that day with these dumbass questions. He goes, all right, well, we got to keep your wife's cell phone, for investigation to make sure she wasn't texting, things of that nature. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, whatever. I was like, am I free to go? Yeah. And I went to go look for my wife, which was at another hospital. Went there, couldn't see her. Long story short, man, scheduled the funeral that weekend. A very, very beautiful service. So much love and so much support throughout that time and that week that I had to prepare for the funeral. Throughout that week, I still was in disbelief, which felt like one big old dream, man. And even right now, I think we're 2 weeks out. Was it 2 weeks ago? I still wake up in disbelief. I have anxiety right now as we speak, waking up in the middle of the night, breathing really hard, not knowing where the hell I'm at because I'm supposed to be at home with my wife. I'm supposed to be right next to her, reaching my hand out to grab her booty like I usually do in the bed. So, right now I'm so hurt, that first week, since she was pregnant, I'm at my brother's house now I sleep on this couch, which I'm not ashamed of. I'm not no bum. I can go buy a spot, motherfuckers.
Well, no, pause. He has a room to sleep in.
You know what? Just to kind of speak on that, bro. I don't sleep in the room because I'm not comfortable sleeping alone right now.
Yeah.
I've been with my wife for 4 years, so when you are used to sleeping with someone right next to you, and all of a sudden they're not next to you, it's kind of uncomfortable sleeping alone right now, and I'm not ashamed to say that.
And that's cool because I'm not gonna cuddle with him.
I don't want your ugly ass to cuddle with me, but I might get me a hooker though to not have sex with, but just lay there, like just lay your ass.
Oh, you want a cuddle hooker?
She might have some STDs, so I don't want her touching me, but she can lay in the bed.
You call him a cooker, a cuddle hooker,
A cooker.
a cooker.
I mean, look, whatever I pay her to do, she got to do it. I'm gonna give her $50, lay your ass right here, and then in the morning, you got to get the fuck out. So, but I mean, I'm on the couch right now, and I'm good. But you know, that week, I'm rubbing the pillows on the couch because as I'm crying, it just reminded me of my wife's stomach. You know, I was doing that all pregnancy, and I'm like, for my life to get turned upside down, you know, I was once in a home with my wife and my daughter. You know, also my daughter was taken away from me because I'm not actually her real father. I'm the fill-in. I'm the super stepdaddy. But she unfortunately had to go move back with her dad, who lives in Hawaii, which is a great guy. Nothing against that, but my life has been completely turned upside down in an instant. So what I really recommend to everybody, man, appreciate life, appreciate your spouse, appreciate your kids, appreciate your situation, because in literally seconds, all that can change. And dealing with it, the best advice, pray. And also keep your faith, man, because God tests you in many different ways. Sometimes it's big, sometimes it's small. But you never should be angry at the choices that he makes. You have to just do your best to stay strong and keep your faith. This pain is definitely something that won't go away for a long time. Definitely something I'm going to continue to have to deal with, but I'm going to have to learn how to cope with it. So that's the best advice I can give you guys that suffer loss. I know this is probably a difficult one because nobody wants to lose a spouse. So that's very close to you. Also a child. A lot of people are okay with getting a divorce because they're tired of the individual. They hate them. You know, they just, fuck it, I don't like this relationship. But when they actually die, that's a completely different loss. So, yeah, man, I'm still dreaming. Freddy Krueger's right here because I'm dreaming. I'm in the boiler room because I'm asleep right now. So, you know, but yeah, as far as everyone asking I'm coping, I'm great, man. Smiles on my face. I think these tests are something that God uses you to see how, one, you're going to react, and others are looking at you. The eye of the tiger is on you right now. Everybody's looking at you like, how are you going to react? Are you going to face it head on? Are you going to crumble like a piece of bread? Are you going to stand up tall and poke your chest out and smile big and show people that you can move forward through adversity and keep going, you know?
And that's what I got to respect about you, because, like, you grab the bull by the horns.
For sure.
And, like, you know, I see you every day because you're here.
I'm forced to, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're forced to.
I don't want to be here.
I don't even want to be here, but you're here.
I don't like this nigga.
Yeah. And sometimes I just like, sometimes I might like cut your shoestrings while you sleep, but
hey.
I'm not really worried about that.
Okay, I'm wearing flip flops.
Yeah, but but you really held it well, and I think you're teaching a lot of people how to move on.
Yeah.
Because everybody's so worried about you.
Absolutely.
Everybody feels a certain way. But I'm like, my thing is like, yo, my brother's strong. I can't be no weaker than you are.
100.
So if you were strong, I'm like, I got to be 200.
Oh, for sure.
That was his situation. And granted, you know, I like I said, you know, that was my sister-in-law. That was my god baby.
Yeah.
That was gonna be born, but
I didn't really want you to be the godfather. This nigga has
it was by choice.
He has like 7 god kids. So by the time we got to my son would have got like 50 cents left over from like his insurance.
All the kids, all the kids get 50 cents, not just one.
So he getting something though.
Every god kid is getting something. It's all in the will.
It's all love. Hey, you get 50 cents and you get 50 cents.
You get 25 cents. You get 25 cents.
Hey, mom, what granddaddy leave me 25 cents?
Hey, it's not my fault. I got sisters with nephews, nieces, and y'all want to nominate me as a godfather.
That was my dumbass wife asking that. You gonna make stuff on? I said that nigga has about 10 god kids. Fuck him.
I'm not gonna lie. I would have been mad if you did it though. I would have been upset.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I said no.
I would have been like, nah, you can't do that, dog. Like, that's not right.
But since wifey wore the pants, I'm not gonna lie, she knows how much.
I know that was like, I called you one day. She was
Yeah.
on the background. Like, I told him that you were supposed to be the godfather.
You know what's funny? Wifey knows how much my homeboy means to me. We're brothers, and even though I made that comment, like he has a lot of God kids, she still knows how important that would be for him to be the God parent to my firstborn. Because honestly, me and this nigga always said we're never having kids. So for me to be the one to finally do it, it was pretty serious. You know?
Like one came through and it was like, oh, it's my God. Okay, all right, cool.
Let's roll.
Let's rock.
Let's rock.
You know, so there's nothing wrong with that.
For sure.
But now, like how you handle it is so dope because people are coming to you for advice.
Yeah.
You've learned from your situation.
Oh,
so
100%.
you're putting out, like, you get, like I've seen you go through the videos, and you're coming up and you're feeling like, dang, I really was there.
Yeah.
We really created something.
Absolutely.
And you're putting that out there for
Oh,
people
yeah.
to hear.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and that's all what we want to tell people that's going through a loss. Like, take your loss, turn your pain into power. Like, your pain is power.
Absolutely.
Like, people want to feel you. People want to go through the experience with you. You know, that's something a special person told me, you know, when I talked to him the other day. They said, turn your pain into power.
That's deep. That's funny, man. I mean, that's exactly what, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and lie to the world, man. I mean, those first few days, I was a wreck. You feel me? Like, I'm in my brother's house weeping. I'm on the floor for a minute. I'm pacing the floor for a minute. I had a pair of my wife's shorts. I'm rubbing my face with it. I'm smelling it. I'm trying to get a scent of that bumblebee tuna.
Yeah, I'm waking up at like, it's like 3 a.m. on like a Tuesday. I'm like, who's crying next to me? I got this diesel guy next to me in the bed. I got a king size. So he's on the other edge of the bed.
No cuddling going on.
Yeah, no cuddling, nothing like that going on. But I turned over and then he's like, oh man, he said, man, I just can't sleep. I can't sleep alone. So
Yeah.
now granted, me and him sleep head to toe before
for sure.
when we was teenagers. So we didn't really care. So there wasn't nothing
All day.
Yeah, but he's in there crying, man. He's like feeling the pain. He's trying to deal with everything that's going on right now.
So yeah, those first few days, man, they were rough, but it was great because it prepared me for the days later, meaning like the funeral, for example. I had to get up and speak, which I think is one of the most difficult things to do at anyone's funeral. Your parents, your friends, like, you're gonna choke up. I mean, it's hard, you know, like, but I was going through that pain prior and knowing, I talked to God and he told me, like, hey, just like my brother just said, you gotta turn your pain into power. And unfortunately, I'm gonna be honest with everybody, and I don't care how you feel about it, because this is how I feel about it. Everyone's watching you and they're nosy, and they're really nosy. Why? Because they want to see how you're gonna react. They want to see how you're gonna take this, how you're gonna be. And I swear the funeral was packed. It was packed with love, but also packed with nosy people, because they wanted to see me and see how I was doing. In my mind, I'm gonna show you how strong I am, and I'm gonna represent. I'm not gonna come in there crawling on the floor. Oh, take me, Lord. I'm in the casket. Put me in the ground.
I would have yoked my brother up so fast. He would have hopped on her casket. I'd be like, man, get your ass back here.
But what I'm saying is that was a perfect opportunity to show the world, also just the people that was in that room, how you can go through anything. And my personal opinion, what I just experienced is probably deeper than what anybody's ever gonna go through. I'm not trying to be selfish or sound like cocky, but there's a few other things that's on that level. But you tell me how you feel losing your wife and your son in an instant. You know, I know there's AIDS, there's cancers. There's a lot of different illnesses. You can go broke. You know, you can lose a whole family. I don't know. This is pretty serious. It's on that level.
Well, loss in general is serious
for
because
sure.
You don't get it back
At all.
And that's the thing about losses. Is you have to learn how to deal with it.
Absolutely.
Because it doesn't come back.
At all.
Not here, not in this lifetime
Nope.
with us.
Nope.
Like, once it's gone, it's gone. So you have to cope with it. You have to learn how to move forward dealing with it. Because either you're gonna fall, or you're gonna keep moving forward, or you're gonna break. You're gonna bend, you're gonna break.
Yeah. And I think that's the biggest test that God gives you, because the average person that doesn't have the mental stability, they in the corner drinking right now. They got a gun to their head. They depressed. They got a needle in their arm. They're not making it. Right?
And you gotta look at it like this: the person that left, right? The person that departed from here, would they want you to be like this?
Right.
Like, what would their wishes be for you? So
exactly.
I take it as this: when people get depressed, I understand it's sad.
It's
it
very sad.
Sucks. It sucks so
bad.
But you're being selfish to that person because
Absolutely.
they wouldn't want you to do that. Like when you lose, when that person is gone, they would not look at you and be like, I want you in the corner weeping and crying.
Yes. Thank
They
you.
would say, you know what? Create a name,
Get up.
live,
Yep.
go be the best version you can be. Live for me, because I'm not here. Don't die for me, because that's what you're doing if you're weeping and you're crying.
Yes.
You're dying for them. Don't
Church.
die for nobody. Live for somebody.
Absolutely agree.
So that's what I'm saying. Live for the moment. Live for the people. Live like I feel like people when they lose somebody, they just get like they tuck in.
Tuck in.
And then it's like this, but it's like, damn, now you're disregarding your family, your friends.
Absolutely.
But it's like in actuality, you should be loving your friends
yeah.
more.
Oh,
you should
man.
be opening up more.
Oh, yeah.
You should
Call
be like,
them
yo,
more.
yeah, call them.
Text them
Hey,
more.
when we getting together? When we
Yeah.
gonna do this?
Yeah.
You need me for this?
Oh, yeah.
You know, and you should be opening up your heart even 10 times fold more because of you know how short life is.
Let me tell you the most powerful thing about death that I just now experienced. And this isn't the first death, but this is one of the most serious deaths that I've experienced. It's so powerful because it changes your whole perspective on how you look at life. And it also changes you as a person because you ask yourself, am I really living? Am I really going after what I want, or am I just coasting? And you look at it different, like, man, I'm not living. This person is dead, and I have an opportunity to actually go after my dreams, whatever your dreams may be a better person, be more polite, reach out to your friends more often, call your mama more often, whatever that case may be. It should open up your perspective to a completely different realm and be so much better as an individual. It's like, that's how powerful death is. That's what I take from it.
Yeah, it's no joke, you know. So like in these past 2 years, I'm not surrounded, but I've dealt with some deaths these past 2 years. So,
Oh yeah.
you know, the previous year I lost my grandmother. Now, granted, that she was 80. You know, it was kind of like expected to happen, but she was healthy. She got sick real fast.
Right.
But we had a great relationship. But I saw her take her last breath. So we're going from the hospital to hospice one day.
Wow.
And they take her off to she had a tube, but then they put the breathing machine in her nose. Like
Wow.
the oxygen that goes in your nose. They
Okay.
take that, they give that to her.
Okay.
And then by the time we get to hospice, I lie to you not, maybe a minute. She takes my aunt come check her pulse. She's like,
I
she's
remember
dead.
you told me that.
So it's me, my aunt, me, two of my aunts, my sister, and my mother, all in one room in hospice.
Wow.
And we all in there, and it's silent, it's dead, and you just see tears flowing, and it's like, it's crazy because you're like, man, like you just lost this person.
Right.
And then the following year is, you know, I get that phone call like, hey, you know, your father, the doctors are telling that, you know, he's not gonna live long, this and that. So I go down to Atlanta immediately in January
Right.
At the top of this year. And when I get there, it's like, okay, now the doctor's like, oh, he's gonna be okay. Like he's gonna fight this cancer because he got testicular cancer, but it spread.
Yeah.
What they call it, metastasized, something like that. But it spreads into your bones.
Yeah.
But it's like they're like, oh no, he's gonna be good. He's doing good. He's doing great. You know, like his numbers are going down, this and that. And it's like, so I'm there thinking that he's gonna live. Like I'm going to Atlanta thinking that my dad is gonna be good in a year.
That's what they're telling you.
That's what they're telling me.
Right.
In my heart.
For sure.
But technically, like in all actuality, I'm really there to spend my last days with my father.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's deep.
Yeah, it's deep because that's what I'm looking at it as. Because
sure.
every day, it's like it doesn't make sense. They're saying he's getting better, and I lie to you not. Every day he's screaming in pain, and I mean screaming, screaming, sun up to sundown, and he's and it's bad. Like he's swelling up because he went through when I first got there. He had to go through dialysis.
Gotcha.
He made it through dialysis.
Gotcha.
He was like, all right, he's there. His swelling's going down, and then after dialysis, I don't know. It was just like, man, it's like I lie to you not. His testicles look like the size of coconuts.
So elephantitis.
Yeah, I'm not even talking like there's some real stuff. Like it was really like it was that bad.
Wow.
And he wasn't in his right mind. And it was like I'm seeing my father decline, but doctors like, oh no, whoop whoop whoop.
Wow.
Like he's doing good. He's doing good. I'm like, yo, it's not making sense.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to my sister. I'm like, yo, this is not making sense because she was like, what are his numbers? And they telling us one thing, but the truth is my father's really declining. Like he's just going down.
Just deteriorating.
And we can't stop it.
Yeah.
And it's like you're watching this man, but the death wasn't the shocker. It was seeing somebody in so much pain that doesn't deserve suffering
Right.
sucks.
Absolutely.
Like, that man is crying every day from sun up to sundown, like, I mean, screaming sometimes. Like, you can't even turn him on his side because his testicles are so big, and he's like, it hurts, and then he had to, like, he's like sucking it up, like, okay, let's do it. Like, we had to change him.
Crazy.
Like, we had to change him.
Crazy.
Like, we had to wipe him down.
Crazy.
Like, he had to get a bath from the nurses. Like, he couldn't get up and move.
Wow.
Like, his last days, he wasn't walking. He was just in a bed on morphine. That's all they could do for him.
Wow.
And it was like, seeing somebody suffer like that was like the worst. Not even worse, just haunting sometimes. Because you're like, man, like, who deserves that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like, why did somebody deserve that? That was such a good person. My father gave he'd give you a shirt off your back.
For sure.
If you were just a man walking down the street and you didn't have nothing, he would give it to you. So it's like, that's what hurt.
It's funny, man, because you were there every step of the way during this situation, and I was thankful because I was able to support you at your dad's funeral. So I was honored to be there, just to be there for you. I do apologize I wasn't there throughout those months, man. You were gone for like 8 months.
Yeah, I was gone for 8 months.
8 months. You're taking care of your dad, and I commend you because I have this discussion with a lot of people, man. I say, yo, think about how life flips. You're a kid, your parents take care of you, then the life cycle changes, and you might have to take care of your parents. And a lot of people's like, I ain't doing that, but that's crazy that they wouldn't, but you did. That says a lot about you as a person,
It's like, why wouldn't you take care of the person that you love?
Yeah, for sure.
And especially a parent like me and my dad. I'm not gonna say I had the best childhood, but he did what he could do for me. But when we got like older, like, we became close. Like, my dad as a kid definitely like sent money and did stuff like that. But as far as like relationship wise, when I became like, I'll probably say 20, 21, we became like, that was like my best friend.
That's awesome.
That was one of my best friends.
That's
like,
awesome.
I call that man I call him, we talk.
Yeah.
And he would say this. He would tell her every time I left, I would go visit Atlanta. And when I would leave, he would say, man, I feel like my best friend's leaving again.
Wow, that's what's up.
So we had that relationship. We had a bond.
That's what's up, man.
That you came to. And plus, you being the only son.
Yep.
The first son. So it's like taking pride. So like, we just had like we were so click tight.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't regret anything with my father.
As you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Everything happened for a reason, man. No regrets.
Yeah, you can't. No regrets. And that's why I tell people out there right now, man, if you got somebody that you got an issue with, that you love, fix it now, man.
ASAP.
Like,
there was at least 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 people at my wife's funeral that may have had a disagreement or something like that. And it's eating them alive right now because, unfortunately, they can't fix it. So that's why I encourage everybody, like he just said, their issue, you know what I'm saying, something that you guys need to talk about, resolve it, because tomorrow's not promised. It's not promised. And you'll feel a lot better about a situation if you resolve it. Because I guarantee those people that I just spoke of, not calling no names, are dying inside right now. Dying because they can't talk or fix that issue.
Yeah, like they say, man, give somebody their flowers while they're alive.
100.
You shouldn't have to wait till somebody passes for you to be grieving.
For sure.
And I'm going to be honest, and I don't really care how nobody feels about this, but the people that always like hurt the most are the people that have some guilt towards them. Like, there's pain. Like, there's going to be pain regardless of what you're going through.
Yeah.
But guilt is a different story. Like that, it eats you alive. It snags at you at night. It's like a nightmare that hits you when you sleep.
Pure nightmare.
Yeah. So the truth is like, make sure the people around you and the people that you love and you want to lose, you make amends with them, or make sure that you're okay with them. Make sure you tell them you love them. So like, if something does happen, granted, it's going to hurt you to death, but it's not going to leave you guilty. You're not going to wake up. I'm telling you, I've seen this multiple times at funerals. I've seen people, because people try to do the most. And it's like, you ain't got to do the most if you're not guilty.
At all.
Like, you don't. Like, I promise you, you don't.
Yep. Yeah, man. That's crazy, man. Good point. Yeah, man. Still trying to heal, guys. I'm not going to sit here and play like I ain't human. I'm human, but I'm good. So everybody that's calling every day, stop. I appreciate it, but stop. Stop asking me, are you okay? Stop saying I don't have the words to describe how you feel, because you don't have the words, because I don't have the words. But I'm in good spirits, so stop DMing me. All y'all thought pockets, stop trying to holler at me because I'm a widow. Y'all throwing them drawers at me, boy. My wife is looking down like I'm gonna fuck all y'all bitches up. But she's mad. She see all y'all girls trying to holler at me. Keep your panties on, girl.
And I'm gonna say this too. I'm gonna step in my brother's place, and the truth is like, the worst thing you can say to somebody is, man, like, I feel so sorry for you.
Right.
Or like, I feel like don't say that to somebody.
Like, what
man.
do you mean?
Like, you want to uplift somebody, be like, yo, hey man, like, we're gonna get through this.
Yeah.
What you need, I got you.
Absolutely.
Something like that. But don't say like, yo, I feel sorry. Like feeling sorry, nobody wants to feel sorry for nobody. And nobody wants to be pitied on. Nobody wants to be like, nobody wants to like feel pity for. Like, you feel pity for me. Like, for what?
For what? For what? The worst one that I experienced, man, this whole time is, hey, man, I'm so sorry. I don't know what I would do if I was in your shoes right now. What kind of shit is that? Like, I don't know what I would do. Nigga,
you ain't got no choice.
You don't have no choice. Like, you're not in my shoes.
Like, I'm gonna look at my brother. I'm gonna smack him in the back of the head and say, all right, how we gonna move forward?
For sure.
How you gonna make good light out of this? And how we gonna progress and succeed from this situation?
Right.
That's what you have to get people to do. Get people to shed light on everything.
Yeah.
But don't keep somebody in the dark because you feel like, granted, it sucks.
Sucks bad.
It sucks bad.
Really bad.
But you saying it sucks is worse.
I already know it sucks.
Yeah, he knows it's bad. So what you got to say is, hey, what can we do to move forward? What you need to make, how we going to make light out of this?
Yeah.
How you want to succeed from this? Like, what do you think Esther would want you to do to become a better person?
Right.
Like, it's all about becoming better. Like, you don't want to keep nobody in no pigeonhole to where they just depressed all day.
Nah. That's true, man. That's so true. And as time goes on, I'm pretty sure people will eventually show their true colors, meaning a lot of those people that are reaching out, I don't even talk to you on a regular basis. Once again, no shade, I appreciate it. But I only need to hear from those that spoke to me before she passed. You know what I mean? My circle's tight. And all these people will fade away, and that's fine. But once again, thank you, but just no thank you right now. And I'm only saying that because if you were in my shoes, you will understand how I feel about it. I'm trying to continue my life. The more those messages come in, kind of puts everything in rewind. And it opens up a wound that I'm closing. That's closed right now. So I don't need the sympathy anymore.
Yeah, like I said, that's just one thing. It's just like, let that man, like, let him, like, just encourage him.
That's it.
Like, whatever he's doing, encourage him. Don't talk about the death or what happened. Talk about, hey, man, like, what you're doing now is great.
Yeah.
Yo, the bodybuilding is great.
Mm-hmm.
You starting a podcast is great. You putting the messages on Instagram and Facebook, that is great. Man. Yo, I'm so happy that you're moving forward in a positive direction.
You are giving me hope. You're giving me motivation.
Yeah.
You're showing me, you're inspiring. Your strength is inspiring.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. He want, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't bring somebody down when they're trying to move forward.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just don't be the person that's like, when they trying to climb a mountain, you just tagging them down. They just trying to go back down.
Absolutely.
So just, like I said, just push them forward. Like, push forward. Like, don't push backwards.
Absolutely. So yeah, man, we're gonna wrap this thing up. Today's segment, like I said, was about death and how to deal with it. You know, everybody's gonna experience it, guys. It's you can't avoid it. Everybody's gonna die.
Yeah, we are. And this podcast is our way of dealing with it, and the stuff we got coming is our way of dealing with it.
Yes, sir.
And you know, the biggest thing you can do, and if you really love that person, is to live. I promise you, live your best life. Like be the best you can be. I'm talking about just like give to the people that need it. Love the hardest you can love.
Oh, yeah.
And just be the best person that can do. Or get out of situations you ain't supposed to be in so you can be the best person you can be.
Absolutely.
So that's just a true thing. Like, I'm just saying, like, don't be stuck in this mentality where you're stuck in this place where you're just hurt and you're in this like just dark room. Like, no, go live life, go be in the light, and go be the light.
And the crazy thing about that person that's in that situation, that's your choice.
Yeah.
There's nobody that has a gun to your head and telling you to feel this way, look this way, do these things. You're choosing to do that. And you also have the choice to be better and get up and make something out of yourself and move forward. That's the beautiful thing about what God's given us as a human being. We have the opportunity to make a choice.
Yeah, he gave us freedom. The difference between, like what I always said, this is like some stuff they say, God and the devil, is that God gives you the choice to make. The devil doesn't.
Right.
He just put it on a plate.
All that on a
This
platter.
is it.
Yep, serve it up.
Yep. or you want to do crack? Here
Here you
go.
go.
Boom.
Here go the glass dick.
You want to drink? There you go. Boom. Yeah, that's true.
Pookie.
Pookie. It keeps calling me, baby. It keeps calling me.
We had to shut down the Carter. What? He said, I knew you was a five-time hooker. Put me on the phone.
Yeah, but it's true. The devil doesn't give you a choice. You know, they always say, you know, you take the D away from devil, you get evil. You add the O to God, you get good. So it's just God gives you a choice.
That boy's a rapper. That nigga spitting bars. Bars.
But God gives you a choice, to move forward and do things in your own accordance. The devil doesn't. The devil wants you to go a certain way in his own accordance.
Oh, yeah.
And it always ends up bad. So
Never fails, man.
So, but like I said, try to make good choices. And then, the biggest thing I want to say at the end of each podcast that we can say is operate out of love. Like, do everything out of love. And love is not just nice and something. Love is for the better of somebody else at all times.
Yes.
And parents can understand this because, like, you might tell your daughter, your son, your niece, your nephew, hey, you can't do this right now. I can't allow this to happen.
Right.
And later on, they be like, man, I see why they did that, because they love me, so I didn't make certain mistakes.
Yep.
So operate out of love, man. Every day, try to operate out of love.
And it's funny when you finally get to that point when you can operate out of love. It's such a beautiful thing. I can't even explain it because you have to experience it for yourself. But once you get to that level of that love and showing love and you feel it and it oozes out of your spirit and leaks onto other people, your life will change for the better. Trust me. Love is the answer.
Amen.
It's the answer to everything. Show love and love will come back tenfold. I heard that from this light-skinned guy that's across from me.
It does. It's what you deposit in people who always come back to you. And even if it doesn't come back to you, it would always come back to you in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
Absolutely.
So just understand that. Like, just love is the best. Like, love the best way you can, and then you'll see everything change.
Quickly, before you love, make sure you love yourself.
Amen.
Because that is more important than anything.
That'd be for next topic. We'll talk about next topic. Matter of fact, that'll be next. We'll talk about that next week.
Loving yourself, next topic.
Yeah, loving yourself.
Hey guys, so for you guys to reach out to us, you can email us at loveis3forever@gmail.com. Send us, your information, maybe some content that you may want us to speak about, and we'll definitely shout you out and touch on that subject.
Yep, that is love is the number 3 forever spelled out at gmail.com.
Just hit us up, man. We'll definitely keep in contact and reach out and interact with you guys. We're not strangers, we're human beings, so we'll make sure to reach out.
All right, this is us signing out.
Boom, boom. Bang, bang, bang. Bow.